Hello, hello! Welcome to another Toonkind FPS. I am here. My name is Mira. I will be playing Sammy, the colorful gray toon that is not often gray, as you all know. With me is.
Hello, I'm Staria. I am playing March, the baby boy who you probably know from various shenanigan games. He's a barbarian and he is full of love.
And we love him very, very much. Okay, just as a side note, this game might have a bit of angst. It might get a little more angsty than we're expecting, just because the dice is involved, and I did plot a little bit of combat, so you never know when there's combat involved. There might be a bit more angst than I was intending, but hopefully I've scaled this encounter enough that yes, it'll be good. Um, all right. That warning out of the way. Uh, Here we go. Okay, March. Um, what do you do? What do you usually do after you finish a day at Dodo Studios?
March, usually, he has like his day is kind of crazy. He has his job in Dodo Studio, then he has school because he is still a child, and he also has a job. You'd think he's doing this on purpose. How much of his day is just
Packed.
full of just stuff to do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, poor March. Poor March. uh, that's a full day. That's a full schedule. All right. I presume you are walking from Dodo Studios towards school, then?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay. As you're walking, can I have you roll me a perception check?
Sweet. What's my perception? That's +2, right? Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
all right, all right,
I
all
know.
right.
No.
That's 19. Okay, let me scroll. Okay. Feet pound against the pavement. You can hear this very fast-paced pounding, and you turn in time to see a gray cloved toon in rainbow edging on his long sleeves and purple shading emerging from an alley a few paces away from you. He runs past you on a course that would have knocked you over if you hadn't turned to look. There is a real kind man in a business suit chasing after him, and as you watch, both disappear into another alley across the street. There is a loud, frightened cry along with the sound of a struggle, but none of the other passerby seem to even notice, too wrapped up in their own little worlds and storylines. March, what do you do?
So March kind of looks around to see if anybody's actually going to help, and then doesn't really wait. And then he's like, first I was like, okay, I can be late for school, and he just kind of dashes off to like the place.
Mm-hmm. Aw, so nice.
Like no hesitation, just like someone's in trouble, I need to help.
All right, and as you enter the dim shadows of the alleyway, you see the toon that had nearly knocked you over. Um, he's pressed up against the wall, and his shading is entirely purple, and he is staring at this real kind man as he advances, and it's just like, leave me alone, just leave me alone. And can we roll for initiative?
All right.
Sammy is.
Do they know I'm here?
Yeah, you get advantage because
Because I want to make a surprise attack.
Yeah, just really quickly rolling for.
Oh my god, March!
Oh, F.
March, please.
You know what? I'm giving you advantage because...
That was already an advantage.
Okay.
Can I just have, like, one attack before initiative?
Yes, I'm just really quickly rolling so we can actually, like, know what... Okay, that was Sammy.
Alright, does that hit the real kind's AC?
Yes, that hits.
Alright, so March, let's, alright, just gonna roll for damage real quick before I... Right. Alright,
Okay.
So... Alright, let's see, so... It's just like... March, like, kind of, like, took a javelin and threw it at the real kind person.
The real kind man lets out a very surprised grunt, and Sammy, I'm just gonna have you in the first of the order since you had the surprise attack.
Oh my god, I typed the wrong thing.
Oh, whoops.
It's D6, not D3. That's 9 damage.
Oh, 9 damage. Okay. Let me just add 5 more then. 5 changes. Okay. Yeah, he, like, is very angry with that, but... okay, yeah. Sammy is going to roll... trying to think of what term is. I'm just gonna say Dex. Okay, yeah. Sammy manages to... where is it? Yeah, both same modifier. Sammy manages to shove the real kind man away, taking the chance to get uncornered from this man, and kind of backs up and, like, gives you March a really appreciative glance, and then he uses movement and then he shoved. So yeah, he kind of just uses his movement to, like, get close to you, and is just like, thank you. Oh, gosh.
No problem. Are you okay?
I will be. Oh, he's not gonna leave me alone.
Well, we'll make him.
And the real kind man gets up and pulls out his crossbow. Just gotta look at gear. Okay. Sorry, I'm, like, juggling several sheets right now.
Oh my god.
Because I have 2 characters I'm controlling right now. Okay, here we go. Gonna... Does a 9 hit you, March?
No!
The bolt goes wide, and you, like, masterfully dart out of the way with your experience at Dodo Studios, because you're really good. And the real kind man, like, scowls and is like, I can bring you in hot, or I can bring you in cold, Jax boy. And the Toon that you've rescued kind of flinches back.
How about we bring you in pieces? And he's saying that to the real kind.
The real kind laughs and is like, I'd like to see you try. Even though he has a javelin in his arm, like, he has a javelin in his arm. Because this dude's stupid. This dude's stupid. He's a grunt. It's March's turn.
Alright, March is gonna come up to him, and he's gonna go, and he's gonna pull out his great axe. Does that hit?
That hits.
And he gets a second hit. Does that hit?
That hits.
Alright, so 2d12 plus 6. If I could type. 19 damage!
Woo!
So Martin kind of like goes forward and does like 2 great swipes, and he is not amused.
The man kind of like just crumples under those 2 mighty blows because like, this is a real kind man. They're squishy.
Did March kill him?
No, but he went through all the extra HP that I had given this character. So like this is the point where like he's really feeling it, and ow.
March kind of like hesitated. Just like he just like uh-oh, did I just kill a man?
The real kind man like glares up at you like he's not dead. He's like just, that is, ouch, that's 19 damage, dude.
Barbarians, baby!
Woo! Sammy, switching over to Sammy's sheet real quick because it's his turn. Let's look at what you can do. Navigation of this.
Oh, I have one more thing to do in March's turn. He uses his rest. He uses like a bit of his movement to like move a bit in front of Sammy. So if the man tries to attack Sammy, he'll either have to attack March or March will get an attack of opportunity.
Bless you, March. March is so good. I love March.
Oh, thanks.
I am going to. Sammy kind of leans over behind March and then casts Word of Radiance and is just like, leave me alone! And that's going to be, what is your save?
Hopefully low.
Yeah, just gotta find the saving throw. Okay. Go. Ha 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 ha! It does not make it.
Yes.
And Sammy's going to roll. That is 2d6 of Rainbow Radiant damage.
Nice, max damage.
Apply changes. Okay, this dude is more than bloodied. He like kind of like reels back from the strike and just kind of coughs a little at this, and as like the blow hits, and Sammy just scowls at this at this evil man, and I gotta think of what this stupid goon is gonna do. He is going to glare at both of you, but since March, you had the more firepower, he's going to try and level his crossbow at you. Does a 23 hit?
That hits.
Okay. Let's get back to. Okay, that is 8. 5 damage.
That barely scratches him. It probably kind of like just grazes him. It's like March doesn't even pay attention to it.
Uh-huh.
So now
It's March's turn.
Yep.
But like this dude is like basically on his last legs. He's like definitely past the point of bloodied.
Oh my god. So March turns to Sammy and he's like, Are you okay? Why is this person chasing you? Cause he wants to know what he should do with this evil person.
Sammy just kind of looks at the real kind man and shudders and just is like, let's just I don't think he's gonna follow. So if we could disengage.
All right, and March is kind of like gonna turn back to the real kind person. He's just like, all right, don't come back. And he disengages.
All right, and Sammy follows. He kind of grabs your hand, one of your hands, March, and like kind of just books it.
March lets him.
All right, we are out of initiative. March got some chance to shine.
As soon as they like get out of sight, March is immediately like, "Are you okay? What happened? What are you? Is everything all right?"
I have some really bad people after me, and that was one of them. Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to do more to help. Is there anything you need help with?
I don't really want to hold you up if you already like saved me, because you don't want to know what they would have done if they had grabbed me. And his
Mark kind of stares at him, just like, Sammy, you get the impression that, and Mark doesn't really understand what you mean by like hold him up. Just like, you needed help, he helped, and he will help more.
Sammy kind of like just gives you a smile, and like his shading turns from a very kind of scared purple into something that's more let me think of the color that I have in my head. It's kind of a warm, buttery kind of peachy, but more on the side of yellow than true peach.
Is this color change visible?
Yes, it's very visible. It's in his shading.
So Marsh does like a little gasp, and it's like, "Oh, you're like Tobias!"
Mr. Tobias
like,
from Dodo Studios?
Yeah.
You
Tobias is a good friend of mine.
Oh, you know him? That's so
Well,
cool. Wait, you're an actor?
Well, yeah, I haven't been in many movies. I'm an actor.
Sammy.
Believe it or not.
Sammy's shading immediately shifts to a very, very bright gold. He like kind of just grabs two of your hands and is just like, that is so cool! I can't wait to see what you do!
Aw, thanks!
Cause like if you were amazing back there, like you saved me, like you're gonna be amazing. Like
March's head like starts to glow. It's like a little bit of like a soft glow. It's not colorful or anything. It's just like a white glow, but it is glowing.
If Sammy could get any brighter of a hue, he would be radiating. Like his shading is not really shading at this point. It's just color.
It's highlights.
Yes, it's highlights. He has highlights instead of shading.
Marge is like also like really grinning and like very happy. It's like you got any fun now?
Yeah, and like Sammy's just like, okay, like if I'm trying to think of where he could take March, because March has not given any indication that he needs to be somewhere.
Marge just thinks like he was in trouble. He's now out of trouble. Does he need help for in case there's any more trouble?
Out of character. There isn't any more
did we beat the bad guy too fast?
we beat the bad guy like on perfect time. It's just it was more along the lines of I don't want March to have to kill somebody. But yeah,
yeah, that's a good thing.
What would March want to do?
Well, here's the thing about the setting that we made it so it's right before Marches goes to school. So, well, he would go go with Sammy to like Dodo's studio to like show him around, but he's like probably late to school.
Yeah. Sammy's
We
gonna
could do a skip like after school.
True.
Like
yeah. Let's do it.
Like on a. Oh no! I'm late for school.
Oh.
See you after. I'll see you after. But I can show you around Dota Studios.
Sammy looks shocked at this invitation, and his eyes are wide, and he's just like, sure, I'll meet you at the gates.
Yep. And March kind of like runs off because oh god, he's late for school. He's gonna have to explain that. So, thanks, kid.
Woo! The title card spins.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sammy's just like kind of like waiting outside the gates. He's like really nervous because oh boy, Dodo Studios.
He hears like a bunch of. He hears like a lot of really excited footsteps, like tap 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 tap, and then if he turns around, he just sees Mark just like that making a run towards him, just like I'm here, let's go.
Okay, I'm going to roll a Dex save to see if Sammy manages to not be bowled over by March.
Oh my god.
17. You roll acrobatics, I guess, to see if.
Alright. Alright. 1d20 plus 6. Yeah.
I think like they match. So I'm gonna just say that Sammy like kind of like goes like blanches a little bit, and his like blue, he like his shading goes like bright sky blue, and March, you like Sammy kind of like backs up a little bit, and like March, you skid to a halt, and like you guys are like inches apart. Like you guys are like just staring at each other like, oh geez, that was close.
Yeah, Mark kind of steps back and like, sorry about that. So, Dota Studios, let's go!
Okay, like, are you sure it's okay for me to be here? Like,
well, I think it's okay. Like,
okay.
We have a guest list, so I think it's okay to have guests.
Okay.
I met a friend. I told a friend of mine that he could visit me each in Dota Studio, so I don't see why this is a different case.
All right. Okay. Sammy, his sky blue has kind of shifted to a slight, like, very, very light, lilac. It's not exactly, like, very faint, but, like, it's still slightly there because he's a little nervous. He's a little nervous. This is Dodo Studios.
Should I roll insight for it?
Sure. Nat 20! Okay, you definitely noticed that Sammy is, he's kind of, like, fiddling with his hands and his sleeves, and he's kind of, like, very nervous. He's, like, because, like, even with your reassurances, he's just, this kid was an urchin. He still is wrapping his head around the fact that he is actually welcome in spaces now.
March kind of puts his hand on his shoulder, just like kind of like trying to reassure him, because he doesn't really know how to reassure people. He thinks that's how it's done. He hopes he's not pushing it, but he's doing his best.
Yeah, Sammy's white eyes kind of crinkle up in a smile, and he just kind of nods at Marge and is just like, "Thank you." We like ran off so fast that we didn't actually. I'm Sammy.
Oh, right, we didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Marge.
It's nice to meet you, Marge. Again, thank you so much for saving me and showing me around Dodo Studios. That how are you guys doing? I know that there was a break-in a while back with I think his name was Gil Trouble. Like, how are you guys handling with that? Like, what did he do exactly?
That sure was a day. So he broke in by charming the guard. That's what I remember.
He charmed the guard.
Yeah.
Sammy's shading shifts to red.
Something wrong?
He charmed the guard. When I see that tune again, I am not gonna hold back. I'm gonna punch that smug face of his.
Oh, you know what?
Kind of. I've run into him before.
So basically, he kind of caused a bit of havoc. It was a bit of a wild goose chase, but he just really it turns out he just really wanted to kind of like show off a bit, and he was nice. Although what did happen? And we had a mock battle, and I may have not. Actually, that the part after that doesn't matter.
Sammy's gonna roll insight. 1 sec, gotta pull that up. Insight +1. That 6. He doesn't notice anything. He like just kind of nods and is like, "Okay, it doesn't matter." Mock battle. It sounds like you guys had fun.
Yeah. But Mark's not gonna tell, but that part unless anybody asks him.
Well, Sammy doesn't know what happened, so he can't ask. So he's just kind of like, he's honestly probably a little too distracted by his anger at the fact that Gil charmed the guard, and he'd when their last meeting, he had explicitly he had intimidated Gil into not doing that in his presence.
Oh boy.
So yeah. He kind of Sammy, like, I assume that Sammy and March are now inside Dodo Studios.
Yeah.
Sammy kind of looks around and is just like, what do you want to show me first? This is all like, wow, I can't believe I'm actually in here. Like, and he's he's like distracted enough that he's finally faded back from the red into into like a more like bright sky blue as he's just looking at everything, and it's just like, whoa.
So Mark's gonna first Mark just kind of like show him around, just like the sets, the little like whatever. I don't know enough about movie studios to like describe.
Yeah, that's valid.
Just general show around, just like, yep, that's the studio. Probably a bit. There's probably a couple explosions in the background, or just like, yep, same stuff as always.
Yeah, Sammy jumps at those explosions. He's not used to that, and he's just kind of like, wow, they did not undersell the fact that there are a lot of explosions. I don't know what I was expecting. That there's wow.
Usually there are more.
Oh boy, I should not be surprised, but somehow I am still surprised.
Yeah, I was also kind of surprised when I first came here. I didn't. Well, it's kind of an interesting experience to work in a movie studio, and at least this movie studio, after not knowing the movie that said movie studio at all before.
Oh, you didn't know about Dodo Studios before?
Well, I didn't know much about anything. I was in a. How do I say this? And March kind of like starts fidgeting with his sleeves now. Just like the place I was in before. I wouldn't say it was bad. I was there, but it wasn't the greatest.
Sammy nods. He understands that. He's like, I can understand being not in a place that's all that great.
Well, probably not for the reason you think.
Sammy kind of nods, like, fair.
Do you want to roll insight?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight. That's a plus 1. 15. What does a 15 get me?
So. Alright, let's see what the 15 gets you. So, not for the reason you think. It's like, there's a bit of, you definitely hear a bit of grief in there.
Sammy understands that too. Like, he does. He just kind of reaches over and puts his hand on March's shoulder, and it's just like, yeah, I can understand that. And his shading is kind of shifted from a bright, brilliant sky blue to a deeper, darker blue. Kind of like he's kind of feeling the same kind of sympathetic grief that March is feeling, I bet. And he just kind of was like, it gets better.
Yeah, I hope.
He kind of just squeezes March's shoulder a little bit and is just like, I don't know if you lost people or lost the place, but it doesn't leave you, but I think it lessens a bit, I think. Not fully there myself, but I have to have the hope that it does get better.
Yeah.
And hey, you have me now. And
yeah, we're friends now, right?
Yeah. Sammy's coloring shifts to a bright, sunny yellow, and it's just like, yeah, we're friends. we are definite friends. You cannot pry me off.
March smiles at that. You can't get rid of me either, though.
I wouldn't want to. You seem like a really cool person. You seem like a really cool Toon.
Really?
Yeah, like you literally saved my skin back there. Like you're gonna have to listen to me thank you several times because it you saved me, March. You saved me. And I'm not wanting to be your friend just because of that, but not many people would save me. Before I there weren't a lot of people in my life before coming to Toontown. You stepping in to help that means more to me than you probably realize.
Well, I'm glad I was there.
And
I could help a great person.
Sammy kind of like he kind of goes like I'm trying to remember what his embarrassed shade is. Oh no. Can't 1 second, I need to look up my reference and see if I actually come on, Photoshop. Oh, okay, that's not the right picture. Okay. Don't mind me as I distract.
No worries.
Okay, I think this is it. Nope. Well, I don't remember where it is. Oh well. He kind of I gotta think of a color now on the spot. Oh no. It's kind of this yellowy, almost like there's a mix of teal and like it's like almost like the shading splits. It has streaks of yellow and teal in mixed with it. He just kind of ducks a little, and it's just like all you can really see is this color palette of mixed colors.
Aww. Baby boy. Baby. I love him.
I love March too. I like hand soft emoji.
Yes. Just hold them.
Hold Sammy and March. They're good beans, and now they're friends.
Yes. And also March will die for Sammy.
Same? Like they like it's going to be that meme where like the meme where like one person dies in front of the other and then the other folds over the other, and it's like that kind of like tangled mess of no, I'll die for you. No, I'll die for you.
Yep. So March was like, wait, did you eat? Did you eat? I think we go to the kitchen and get something to eat.
Sammy
I hope
freezes.
Marcel wouldn't mind too much.
Sammy freezes. Roll insight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you look at Sammy and the fact that he freezes, and you know that Sammy has not, in fact, eaten today.
Marge glares, just like, you didn't eat.
Sammy just kind of winces and is like, of course I have eaten. Yeah! He's lying. He is lying very horribly.
I'm gonna make a strength check and pick him up. He's like puts his hand on his like shoulders and like he tries to pick him up. He like figures out, okay, this doesn't work. And like, all right, no,
I would
you're going to, and he's going to start like
I would argue
slowly trying to drag
I would
to the kitchen.
This is funny, but I would argue that since March has four arms, March has advantage.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
And like, so I'm just gonna give it to you. Like, just Sammy, like, it's just like there's a quiet squeak as March hefts him up and marches him to the kitchen.
Yep, March is on a mission. He is going to give this boy some food, and he is gonna make him self-care.
Heck yeah, we self-care in this server. And like Sammy,
March helps others self-care because he can't fucking help himself.
oh March. And like Sammy is just like, he's like stammering as you take him to the kitchen. He's just like, no, you don't have to do that. I'm fine. You don't have to. It's taking up the studio's resources. It's fine. It's fine. March, please, just put me down.
Listen, Marcel already makes a lot of food. It's gonna be fine. He already makes enough food because for Jack and Strauss-Kid to who steal it all the time and still has enough for everyone else. I'm sure we'll be fine.
And he just kind of slumps in your grasp.
Mark just kind of like walks happily, just like, yep, off to the kitchen. So in the kitchen, there's probably like a chair somewhere. He's gonna like put him down and then like go to like one of the probably many fridges, refrigerators, and like take out a plate and like he has no idea what this Toon likes, so he's gonna take out from a bit from everything.
Oh, March, you sweet bean. Oh, I'm just like I love him. I love him so much. The Mira heart is full of love for this Toon.
March does not have many brain cells, but most of them are full of love.
Yes, I love him so much, and just like, despite his nervousness, Sammy is honestly touched that March would do this for him, but he's a nervous Toon. He doesn't want to take up too much space.
Oh. So March plops the pretty big plate on the table in front of Sammy, and then he like kind of goes to get another. And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna now apologize for myself for getting some food. I hope he doesn't mind." And he kind of like scribbles like a little like, "Hey Marcel, sorry for taking a bit of your food," and it's like a little flower, draws a little flowers and like puts it on the counter.
Aw. Sammy's gonna roll hammer space real quick. And he takes out a pen and signs it as well, and does this little, like, and the pen has a rainbow ink in it, and he just kind of signs his name and then doodles a little 3 petaled flower with a green center, and it's all like rainbow. It's all like rainbow and stuff, and like doodles another flower. And it's just like, sorry. March insisted.
The most polite food thieves in Dota Studios.
Yes. And then Sammy looks at the food, and then back at March, and then back at the food. And there's a lot of food, and he's just like, I don't think I can eat all of it. Do you want to share?
Sure.
Cool. So I expect they spend a lot of time eating good cooking.
Yeah.
And like Sammy has stars in his eyes, and like his shading, like as soon as he eats like one bite of Marcel's cooking, his eyes like go wide. Shading immediately brightens from like the light, nervous, pale lilac, and he just like stares at the food, and then at his fork, and then at the food, and then like just like holy peck.
Yeah, Marcel's a really good cook.
Like I feel like this should be like in a like really expensive hotel or something that I would not be allowed into.
Yeah, you'd think that, but Marcel just kind of likes cooking for us, I guess. He's a great person. Also great with magic.
Sammy reaches over to the note and then like writes in all caps, "Your food is amazing." Sammy. Yeah.
Oh boy, Marcel's gonna have a fun time finding that in the kitchen.
Yeah. All right.
So,
anything else you want to add to this fun FPS?
oh yeah, one last thing. What's my sleight of hand? That's supposed to be okay. 1, 20 plus 3. Okay.
I'm not even gonna roll to contest that.
Sammy does not notice that March has placed a small flower on his attached it to his like hood. It's like it's a little white flower with like 4 petals, one of which is black, and it's a small friendship token.
Hold soft emoji. Hold soft emoji.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, so I'll just wrap this up with Sammy and March having a great time at Dudo Studios, eating some of Marcel's fantastic cooking. At the end of the day, Sammy bids March a farewell and heads off into Toontown with the surety that he has another friend who will quite literally save his behind if necessary.
He will. March can and will die for Sammy.
Not if Sammy does it first.
March has a lot of HP. He can handle it.
That's fair. He has a lot more HP than Sammy.
I love him.
I love him too. Okay, since this is the end of the FPS, I guess we'll say goodbye to our listeners. Bye, y'all!
Yep. Bye! This was fun!
It was really fun.